I did not know. My life began with a rupture. No one tells a child that the first story written about them was rewritten before they could speak. They hand you a name, a document, a narrative, and they say, "This is where you come from." And because you are small and the world is large, you believe them, not because it is true, but because children are built to trust the architecture they are born into. So I grew up inside the story, a story that said I was chosen, lucky, rescued, a story polished so smooth no one asked what had to be broken to make it. But questions have gravity, and contradictions do not disappear, they sink. They gather weight in the quiet spaces of a life until one day they begin to pull. At first, it feels like curiosity, a strange feeling when you hold your own documents, a mirror that reflects a face history cannot explain, a question that opens a door you didn't know was locked. But it isn't curiosity, it is pressure, decades of unanswered truth collapsing inward, an identity gravity well. And when it finally gives way, the realization is quiet, devastating, simple. The story you were given cannot hold the truth you feel in your bones, and suddenly everything begins to shift. Family becomes fragile ground, questions become accusations, curiosity becomes betrayal. Because the story was never only about you. It was holding an entire system together, and systems do not like to be questioned. So the consequences arrive: distance, silence, estrangement, the strange feeling of standing outside the structures that once defined your belonging. For a while, it feels like exile, like wandering outside the map. Everyone else seems to follow, but something else is happening too, something quieter. You begin to see systems, how narratives are protected, how institutions maintain power through silence, how identity itself can be administered aside, edited, managed, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Because suddenly, the same pattern appears everywhere, in governments, in institutions, in societies struggling to remember who they are. And then you realize something strange: adoptees have been living inside identity system failure for decades. We have navigated contradictions. The world is only beginning to see official stories that don't match lived reality, belonging defined by documents instead of truth. And in that moment, the rupture that began your life becomes something else. Not just loss, not just fracture, but a lens, a way of seeing the hidden architecture that decides who belongs, who remembers, and who disappears. I did not choose to learn these things. Adoption forced the lesson, but the knowledge remains, and maybe that knowledge matters now. Because when identity systems fail, people must rebuild themselves. Adoptees already know how. We have been doing it our entire lives.